So I was talking to a client about putting together some higher protein, somewhat lower calorie, sort of healthier version of ice cream. And I thought I would share the recipe with you guys here. So here goes. So here's a preview of what the final product looks like. I just took a photo. It's sweet, it's salty. Depending on how you make it, you can add all kinds of fixings to it or whatever you want, nuts, seeds, I guess. But it definitely satisfies the occasional craving I get for ice cream without kind of compromising nutrition completely. So let's get your ingredients together. For this recipe, you are going to need some blueberries. I got frozen ones from King Soopers, pretty cheap. I got them on sale, but you could use any kind of fruit for this. Some protein. I used this plant-based protein, which I also got on sale. It was like $15. Some kind of nut butter or seed butter. I use tahini for this, tahina. And yeah, you could totally use like natural peanut butter or sunflower butter or almond butter or anything else. So I nuked the blueberries for like 30 seconds just to get them to soften up a little bit because straight out of the freezer they were kind of hard. But if you were using fresh berries or if you had let them defrost, this step is completely unnecessary. So throw all your dry ingredients into a container. The reason there isn't much of a wet ingredients list is I just use water. You could use soy milk, almond milk, whatever you want. That's sort of what it looks like when you first mix it. And then you could throw that mixture into the freezer or the fridge, depending on when you wanted to eat it. If you put it away in the freezer, it'll probably come out a little bit more like ice cream and a little bit less like frozen yogurt. But either way, and that's basically it. Okay, so clearly food isn't just its nutrient components, and there are things you can't see on a nutritional breakdown like antioxidant content, but in any case, I thought it might be useful to compare the recipe I made to something conventionally available like some Ben & Jerry's plant-based ice cream. So here you have my recipe. You can see that the calorie count is roughly a third from protein, carbs, and fat because fat's about double the calorie density of protein and carbohydrates. Just 3 ingredients. It actually comes out to a fair amount of volume too because I didn't include the water in here, and water does contribute bulk here. And here you can see the Ben & Jerry's. I just took one of their flavors, one of their non-dairy flavors. A lot more calories from fat as a percentage of the total calories, and it's not a lot of volume. It's only like a little more than half a cup, which is really a small amount of ice cream if you think about it. I've never really seen anyone eat half a cup of ice cream. Most people want to put down a little more than that. Here we can see a comparison between the two, just kind of summarizing what I've said up until now. Definitely a lot more calories from protein and less calories from fat. And here we have a micronutrient breakdown between the two. So we've got the vitamins and we have the minerals. The recipe I made is way higher in iron, much higher in calcium, and has trace amounts of a bunch of other minerals and vitamins. Pretty serious amount of vitamin K too. That's just from the blueberries. And there's really not any vitamins at all in the conventional ice cream. Very little iron, very little calcium, almost nothing from the other ones. Here we've got a breakdown of the carbs and the lipids, so the fats between the two. Way less saturated fat in my recipe, a lot more essential fats. Absolutely no essential fats in the Ben & Jerry's version, and less fiber too. There's a lot more fiber in the protein ice cream recipe that I made. So the ratio of sort of total carbohydrates to fiber is better for you, at least. Obviously, food is also about enjoyment. And finally, the protein breakdown. This one was, of course, a gimme because mine contains protein powder and is intended to contain some protein, and the Ben & Jerry's stuff is not. Protein does contribute a lot to satiety, so I personally find stuff like what I made a lot more healthy. And that's about it, guys. So yeah, feel free to dress this up with whatever you want. You could add a syrup or a sugar-free syrup. You could use, cocoa powder to flavor it or just a different protein powder, whatever you're using. And let me know in the comments how you guys like it and if you gave it a shot. So yeah, peace guys. Bye.